pick. Neck. The guitar, this guitar is a lot like a staff, basically, with the body when you break it in two. This is to break your neck. This is to penetrate you. See you all at boot camp. When I was growing up, get this, I never at all liked dealing with the public whatsoever. And here's why. This is a drawing rendition of me back in the early 2000s. I usually tended to have much lighter blonde hair than what I usually tend to have. And my voice tended to be very high pitched. And also this, I tended to also speak with an accent. And I also tended to be like a very fluent Farsi one speaker. Farsi, a westward Farsi one man from old Europe is what they basically call it. And the real matter of dealing with life having to remember to what extent someone told me society's a mess to you, and specifically you. Well, here's what I remember about my life. Opera singer. Back then. And dealing with public speaking back then. And dealing with persistent harassment from a lot of other guys that basically, like, they come into my life and all of a sudden they basically want to hang out with me and be friends with me. And a little part of me feels this violated. Because they tend to pick fights with me. And I'm not really a guy that would in any way want to be around a guy that is like trying to be Mr. Thugmaster. And in reality, they're closet nice guys. Basically. And here's why. Like, during my early years, spent a lot of intimate relationships with girls, and typically also women that were older than me. Well, get this. I'm considered to be a 90s Gen Xer. A pre-millennial Gen Xer, born in the 90s. And with the kind of handsomeness and attractiveness that many people very much put that label on me, and I presume that's something to be proud of if you actually are attractive. Well, you kind of deal with the feeling of being at a loss as to what kind of guys you do typically hang around. And it's usually someone that basically tells me that I belong with guys that like to be shit. Well, it makes me feel depressed and at the same time embarrassed by you, because I feel you're not giving me a chance.